personality changes, and impaired reasoning. Class of jargon. Here's what you will see when you go to Google. Now, I will go later on the layman's approach. So there's 6 million Americans living with Alzheimer's. And Alzheimer's is the biggest chunk of dementia. I'll explain that later. What's the difference between dementia and Alzheimer's? And then it's the 6th leading cause of death in the US. 20 years before you could be diagnosed, there will be symptoms. Right now, if you ask me, I am having those symptoms because in my family, my aunt died of dementia. But later I will discuss with you how do we prepare for it if we think we're going to have it. And 1 in 3 seniors died of Alzheimer's or other kinds of dementia. And the topic today, caregivers are not free. When you take care of your mom, you take care of somebody you love. You know what? That is actually, there are 11 million families and individuals who are providing care and who are actually having to compromise their lives because, I would say, stop their lives in order to take care of somebody without. So what's dementia? What's dementia? Now let's just be visual about it. Look at the normal brain. This is the Alzheimer's brain. The Alzheimer's brain actually shrinks. So when you have somebody with dementia, or on the Alzheimer's, like dementia is brain shrinkage, particularly Alzheimer's. So why is the brain dying? The brain cells are dying because of a lot of chemical imbalance in the brain. So the brain shrinks and the brain dies. When the brain dies, so goes are the memories and bodily functions that is commanding from up there. So, say for example, the brain cells connecting to the breathing part is already dead. So the brain will forget how to breathe, how to chew, how to walk, and how to move the tongue, or how to swallow. This is your central processing unit. It's telling you what you're going to do. Okay, Ellen, turn around. Oh, Ellen, chew, breathe. This one is telling you how it dies because it's shrinking. That is dementia. Next. What are symptoms? You forget. You cannot process new memories. There's some personality changes. Or the senior or your mom. Suddenly she was so nice. She's so nice, and then suddenly what? She had a change in mood. Suddenly she would, you know what? Just put it down. So suddenly, I would say for Tagalog, like biglang sumungit. Suddenly she's so snooty and she's doing the fair research. But it's not easy to say, oh, she's having dementia. No. Sometimes there are other reasons, but one of the reasons is sudden mood change and sudden personality change is a brewing mild cognitive impairment. If it's not yet fully dementia, called a mild cognitive impairment that leads to a diagnosis eventually. Impaired reasoning. Sometimes they talk about the reason why you should put the flat iron in the refrigerator. Like, what the hell did she do? Or sometimes you would say, I'm going to the office. You're going to the office? You have been retired for the past 15 years. Us normal people do not understand that. But it's actually a symptom of dementia. See, this is the visual explanation. Dementia is the umbrella. And then, under that, are Alzheimer's, Lewy body, vascular, protein, a lot more. But Alzheimer's is the biggest. And actually, fast catching up is the vascular. Why vascular? Stroke. Or, how do you call that? Yeah, see, I'm having syndrome. That one when you have when you're sleeping and then you forget. You know, it's something like that because there's no oxygen in the brain. You know. So this is what happens. Alzheimer's is the biggest, and it's brain shrinkage, and we will concentrate on that. But the others, actually almost the same. If you don't want to have vascular dementia, make sure that your blood pressure is always in check. Because what happens is it's the brain. The brain is deprived of oxygen, or there was a vehicular or an accident that you've gone through, and it affected the brain. But actually, let's concentrate on Alzheimer's. Next. And there are other also called mixed dementia. When you have Parkinson's. Oh, okay. This is a video that explains in 2 minutes what is Alzheimer's. So how do I do this?
What is Alzheimer's disease? Alzheimer's is a slow, fatal disease of the brain affecting 1 in 10 people over the age of 65. No one is immune. The disease comes on gradually as 2 abnormal protein fragments called plaques and tangles accumulate in the brain and kill brain cells. They start here in the hippocampus, the part of the brain where memories are first formed. Over many years' time, the plaques and tangles slowly destroy the hippocampus, and it becomes harder and harder to form new memories. Simple recollections from a few hours or days ago that the rest of us might take for granted are just not there. After that, more plaques and tangles spread into different regions of the brain, killing cells and compromising function wherever they go. This spreading around is what causes the different stages of Alzheimer's. From the hippocampus, the disease spreads here to the region of the brain where language is processed. When that happens, it gets tougher and tougher to find the right word. Next, the disease creeps toward the front of the brain, where logical thought takes place. Very gradually, a person begins to lose the ability to solve problems, grasp concepts, and make plans. Next, the plaques and tangles invade the part of the brain where emotions are regulated. When this happens, the patient gradually loses control over moods and feelings. After that, the disease moves to where the brain makes sense of things it sees, hears, and smells. In this stage, Alzheimer's wreaks havoc on a person's senses and can spark hallucinations. Eventually, the plaques and tangles erase a person's oldest and most precious memories, which are stored here in the back of the brain. Near the end, the disease compromises a person's balance and coordination. And in the very last stage, it destroys the part of the brain that regulates breathing and the heart. The progression from mild forgetting to death is slow and steady, and takes place over an average of 8 to 10 years. It is relentless and, for now, incurable. Helping your family, friends, and neighbors to better understand Alzheimer's will reduce stigma, improve care, and even help the fight for a cure. Thanks for helping to do your part. Learn more at www.aboutalz.org. What is?
See, that's what you heard what they said. It's gonna help the people, but at the same time, the families. The reason why there are a lot of dementia, close and personal variables. Yes, concerning family relationships, adults with dementia. I think that's the first one that we did. But this one is more for the caregiver. This is for you, for the people who are taking care. That's why it's running your business while raising your parents. Who here is a member of the sandwich generation. You're taking care of your children and as a career, but you're also taking care of mom and dad who are having some regulation. We have some people here, those who already actually have gone through this stage. Yeah. The sandwich generation, they call it, are the people, usually they're more of the middle age. 71% of that is 40 to 59. You know? And the younger generation sometimes is 40% to 10% ages 60 older. Those who have family still that you're taking care of. That's the reason why sometimes they would say, oh, I don't want to go to a dementia chosen personal workshop. I do not have dementia. Yeah, you know. But how do you now deal with dementia when it's already inside your house? If you do not know dementia, it will destroy your sanity and family relationships. I will have a lot of marites, chismes, or stories about that later through to life stories that this is what happened because they didn't know dementia. Okay. So what are the challenges when you are taking care of your parents? What will be the challenge? And for the seniors here, what are the challenges that your family will encounter when they take care of you when you have dementia? So you will have this. You will have financial strain, emotional stress, their time. The decision making. If you have 5 children with 5 different opinions on what to do with you, they're gonna kill each other because everybody has an opinion, isn't it? And this is one. If you don't know dementia and you are taking care of mom, and mom suddenly tells your sister, you know what, Ellen, she's stealing my money. She is starving you. And you know what? She makes me work the whole day and do all of these things. And like, in your opinion, if you do not know dementia, your mom is lying. And for your sister, she would say, how dare you do that to our mother? But did it happen? It didn't. Is your mom lying? No, she's not. Because that is her reality. In the video that I sent you, that's the last to go, is the long-term memory. That is the reason why mom keeps on talking about old stories. Old stories over and over again. Is it because she's makulit? Or it's because she just wants to piss you off? That you know what? She really wants to. She thinks you're stupid that you did not hear her the first time? No, she's not. Because that is the only data or memory that your mom's brain can process. So if they say the same thing over and over again, what do? You just answer the same, give the same answer. Why are we here? We're going to the doctor. Why are we here? We're going to the doctor. If you don't know dementia, you would say, I already told you that 10 times. What you know, now that you're going to learn about dementia, you would say, we're here for the doctor. And you still have the smile and you have the patience. Yes. Okay. So, see that the role reversal. Now you will take care of your mom. Now you will tell her, Mom, the crumbs. It's so hard to clean the car. Actually, my daughter told me that. I said, my sugar is going down, and you know, and she told me, Mom, be careful of the crumbs. And I said, I think I used to say that. Or sometimes they say, you can sit at the back. I'm like, how are you supposed to? Because you have a husband now, I have to sit in the back. Role reversals. Neglect of personal needs. Sometimes, you know what, you would say, I'm going to try to take a shower. You just gave mom a shower. But the thing is, when did you last day? Because you're doing a lot of things. And when I say lack of resources, a lot of things you don't know, there are a lot of things that you have to, like that she needs a bed, she needs some room, she needs some caregiver, and you don't have the resources for that. Career challenges. You will have a problem with work. Do you know that a lot of people who are resigning, a certain percentage, I just forgot, they're resigning because or giving up their careers for their family, either for a spouse, for a child, and for their parents. And you yourself will have high blood pressure. Whatever your mom has, you have to do. In fact, a lot of caregivers, family caregivers, they have sometimes it's a caregiver who leaves first because they can't take the pressure. And of course, isolation. Now you're only, how would I say, if you're lucky enough, your only social life is Facebook. You don't go out anymore. And you're so isolated because nobody's going to take care of mom. Nobody's going to take care of dad or your spouse. That's going to be, you'll be isolated and you will fall into depression. So what's the effect of that on you as the caregiver? The physical health impact. Do you know that depression mimics a lot of problems? That's the time you have aches all over. And the emotional strain. Because you're isolated and you'll be like, why does it have to be me? I'll give you a song later about caregivers and you will love it. And the burnout. And now you're already always mad because you're always talking, you're always shouting at your kids, or maybe if you have a spouse, you would feel so, you spark right away. Like, of course I have to take care of my mom, I have to do this. What are you doing here? You're not even cooking anymore, you're always in your mom's place. Why don't you just live there? You know those stories. And social isolation, and then now you neglect yourself here. This is the effect on the caregiver. Look at this. We're not even paid. Are we paid? But there's room for people here who are getting IHSS for their families. Please, if you can't do it, get somebody else. Don't pocket it. That's stealing from your mom. Because I know a lot of people, they get IHSS, but they don't become. They don't do something. That is actually fraud and that is stealing from your care. That's not right. So if in case you are the provider of IHSS, security, do it. Do your job because you're paid to do it. See, yes, I got paid, but look, most us boomers are the biggest contributor of, when you say boomers, that's the 1946 to 1960, but we're the ones taking care of them. But we ourselves need care also. But that's the reason why a lot of older caregivers, family caregivers, they pass even before the patient goes. And then, yeah, you still have people. My mom, she likes to take care of my cousin. So, she still wants to, but we are taking care of her. Now, what are the challenges? You know this. The challenges when there's already a diagnosis. Question is, oh, mom got hospitalized because she fell. And they said she had dementia and she can't remember things already. She's clinically diagnosed with dementia. Now, as a family, what do we do now? What's the roadmap? If in case they are diagnosed, there will be totally big change in the family dynamic. So, who will be the caregiver? Who will live with them? What will be your role now if you're the mother? Yeah. And then the emotional strain now. Because this happened to me, my auntie. She's very smart. She was the first in our family who went here in America. She's very smart. She's very beautiful. She has gray eyes, brown hair. But then, as I see her, when she had a diagnosis, I was in denial. I said, no, she's always mad. She can't appreciate things. And then eventually told us. One day, she said, the hospital, please tell Ellen to be here. She's not even visiting me in the hospital. And I looked at her and I said, that is actually temporary, but when she got out of there, they told me to bring her to a neurologist, and we found out she has Alzheimer's. What's painful is seeing the person you love most wither in your eyes. That is so painful. And on Mother's Day, sir, hindi po kayo naka-live, ha? Hindi po. It's just recording. So, during Mother's Day, I was sitting on the couch and my aunt told me, can I ask you a question? She asked, it's okay with me, she can't say my name. But then one day, Mother's Day, she told me, can I ask you a question? Yes, Uncle, what is it? You're so nice to me. You know, I think you love me. Of course. Who are you? And it was Mother's Day. So, it's not because of this disease, but the emotional strain that we get when we have somebody we love who is slowly withering away in our eyes. Dementia or Alzheimer's is a very long goodbye. That's why when you have, it's in your family, aunt has it, mom has it, or you have dementia, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, you are a candidate. You are. That's why there will be, but I will tell you later how functional medicine with Dr. Kat actually could help. You will know 20 years before, and this is what you can do to delay it. Okay? Changes in communication, there will be changes. So I will teach that to you also. Now, if there's diagnosis, how do you talk to them now? Okay, these are the struggles of the senior. Now, caregivers, this will be their handicap now when there's a diagnosis. They will lose their independence. When they have to go to the bathroom, you have to know because you have always, they will be there. They will be hounded. And then you would say, since you have dementia, you will deny it. You will not accept it. You will not. But one of the reasons why there is denial is because your caregiver or your family doesn't know how to introduce care to you. Now, what I'm going to say is, in case, what's your name? Lynn. Say, for example, Lynn has dementia, and I am her daughter, and this is care. Care. What I'm going to do is, Lynn, a mom, this is care. Care is you push it with that. You tell me you need this, you need this, you need that. You're in denial. Why will you accept that? So what do? You push back. But there is a science to it. You're doing this as a daughter. You wanted to take care of your mom. So you do everything for her. Balance her checkbook, clean the house, do the housekeeping, everything. Because you love them. You want to make things easy for them. The question is, how is your mom, who is really in denial, who's not in there yet, thinks of what you're doing? You are invading her life. So she will push back. Now, you have a problem in introducing care. There is a science. Make them feel that you are not taking over their lives. Because if you make them feel that you are doing that, oh God, you will have a big problem introducing care. And you will be that guy. Okay? Resistance to stigma. If you're embarrassed, you don't bring them any. You're embarrassed. That's why do seniors don't go out anymore? They don't want to go. Oh, Mom, let's go here. Like, no, I'm good here. I'm sleepy. They don't want to go out. You know the reason for that? I can hear you too. So, like, say for example, when they don't want to go out. Why? It's okay. They're not in pain. You're there to help. You're telling them, hey, let's go out. Because it's scary. Don't you think? Put yourself in their shoes. and they go to a certain place and somebody says, Len, how are you? And in your brain, who the hell is she? Yeah. So I will not go out anymore. So when you bring them out, you make them feel like, oh, Len. Somebody say, oh, Mom, this is Uncle Ben. Oh, how are you, Uncle Ben? How are you, Uncle Ben? You just have to cue them. It helps to cue patients with dementia without necessarily embarrassing them. Okay. Loss of familiarity. They don't know you. Usually it's the spouses the last. Again. And then resistance to change. Remember why they hated when you move things in the house. So say for example, Mom, your house is such a mess. I'm gonna put this here, to make it easy for you. That is wrong. Because if there's a fading memory, it has been like this for how many years, and remember the long-term memory. So what you're gonna do is actually scare them. They know where everything is. And then you change it, it scares them. That's the reason why a lot of seniors with very advanced dementia and move them to memory care, which is a social place, because you want to get rid of them. They don't last. 3 months past, they die. Because there's something called transfer trauma. You are putting them in a strange place, taken care by strangers who do not know them. So if the resources can handle it, let them stay home. If the resources. There's somebody who will take care of them. Well, unless medically it's impossible. Yeah, that's why I have this program we have to call Uwi Tayo. If your mom or somebody wants to go home in the Philippines, we have a place. And we will teach your kamag-anaks, your people, on how to handle you. They will know, and we will put cameras to know that as care managers, we know what they're doing when we report it to the family. Yes, if you're interested with that, we have that program. Okay? And the misunderstanding of care. If you have there are different options that they will ask you, and then suddenly everybody has a different opinion. No, she should stay here. Oh no, you have to give her a shower every day. No, you can't. That's why it's very important that you guys put power button for healthcare who will make decisions for you. Not everybody, not all children. Now that you're still okay, make that decision now. Who will be the decision maker? Because if you have 5 children, they will all fight. Don't be selfish. Leave the legacy of peace among your children or the people who are going to take care of you. Basic rule in dementia care. Basic rule in dementia care. No reality orientation. When I say, there's one more. When look at every situation from their perspective. Their reality is different from yours. I always say this, the wall is red. If the wall, she says, the wall is red, and you look, it's white. Yes, it's red. Because her fading brain is how it is interpreting what the eyes are seeing. So why am I saying you have to look at the situation from their perspective? Maybe the reason why it's red, maybe because of the lighting. Sometimes when your eyes are failing, it is a different perspective. So do not say, no, that is white. Or even you say even in the most, how do you call this, polite way, the most, Len, or Mom, that is white, not red. Still, you're telling her that she's stupid and she's lying. Because that is her reality. That is a reality. Why would I? But then you can just say, okay, oh, it's red. Now, if in case you're having a headache, you have to redirect. Mom, you wanna drink your water? Maybe you not to redirect, but if it doesn't kill you, just let it be so you don't be the bad guy and you don't get disinherited. Enter the reality, live in the and next. Okay. Look at the situation from their perspective. The wall is red. The right positioning when talking to them. Don't always, when you talk to someone with dementia, don't always in front, always inside. Because eventually, if she gets mad and she smacks you, don't do this. Put yourself in your like mouth, and you're there. And now you have a problem with your eyesight, so she's her big face is like yelling at you. And don't look down. When they're in bed, always it's better when you talk to somebody with dementia. Eye level. How are you, Mom? Because what does it mean when I look at her from here? This is an order. You have to follow it. So how are you? On their level. Never tell them what to do. They hate it when you boss them around. Okay. Always take their side. Say, for example, they canceled her driver's license. And like, they canceled my driver's license. I can still drive. I was like, oh, really, Mom? Okay, don't worry. We have to go to DMV and I'll give them a time lapse. But she will forget it. Take her side. Or if she's like mad at the other person, why are you? Especially old people. You know that person? She's bad. She's reliving a dream before. And then suddenly you say, no, she's okay. You keep on learning bad things about other people. And you probably go into that and try to contradict it. Now, her agitation will be towards you, not towards the topic. So like, really, Mom? Oh, really? Tell me about it. Just let her rant. Do not say, stop it, Mom. You're so negative. Yeah, really? Oh, tell me about it. Again, if in case, after a moment of ranting, she was able to get out the negativity of her thoughts, you redirect. Do not contradict. And never say remember. And never say no. Really? And make a deep prayer. Okay, and now change the topic. Never say no. Just like a kid. Isn't it? They hate when you say no. Okay, we'll check into that later. Yeah, maybe do you want this? Never ever say no and never ever say remember because they don't. Oh, sorry. Okay, the 1965. Oh, this also, you've heard this before. Why? What happens why they want to go to work when they are actually already 90 years old and has retired 15 years ago? Because, as we learned, the long-term memory is the only one that's alive. See? So we have a 90-year-old person whose brain is stuck in the 60s or maybe 40s. And they keep on seeing people like, they would see dead people. I just saw your mom here. I'm like, oh really? You think they're seeing ghosts? And you get scared. No. They're hallucinating. It's because it's a part of that stage. It's just a hallucination, and maybe what they're seeing is they're reliving a certain part of their lives that are still in their brain. So, because the brain cells holding the memories from 61 to 89 got erased. So what was left? The 60 below. So the long-term memory is now their reality. So when they say, I'm going to the office, and say, oh, you're a driver or you don't have a car. Live in that reality. See? If they look at themselves. Who are they seeing? The young. Yeah. So, and then, in closing for this, we're gonna go like, yeah. The others, I would like to close this first part on this. Guys, protect your mental health. Protect your mental. Anything that would cost you will be too much expenses even when taking care of your mom. So make sure. I will teach you later and the stories, the case studies, later after lunch and how to prepare for the lecture. And how we can protect our mental health. Okay? So far, are you with me?
Yes.
Who's going home? Okay, let's just have lunch.
Walang uwi because there are more seniors coming today. After lunch break, they're coming. So, and caregivers, they're coming. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have free lunch provided by Paradise Valley Hospital, and we would like to thank you, Ben. And then we can have sandwiches and drinks and we could do networking. Okay?
And so with that, we're going to segue back to our presentation today, Dementia Up Close and Personal, how to protect your mental health at all costs.
Can you hear me? This one, how about that? How about them?
Yes.
Okay, let's use it first. Yeah. Okay. I don't know how to bring that thing back. From here. Oh, we should call again. I don't know. Okay. Sorry. But anyway, I gave you guys a list of flyer, my numbers there. My numbers there you can call me and I don't try to also if I don't answer, send me a text. You can text me with that. I will answer. Sometimes I'm on another engagement. Yeah. I will be in October. I will be in the Philippines to do something like this too. And then there's a way actually to notice this. How I would say that you guys will become the movers and shakers of dementia awareness. Maybe we could close the door so that the aircon will be really want to strip down. Yeah, so, and somebody, there's Byron. And fan. What can I have a plate? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am almost 60. Okay. So then, I don't know if you heard this music. I was talking about while we're waiting for he's here. Then I don't know how to put back the slide. No, I yeah. Almost like okay. Okay. I was saying a while ago that about this bed. This is working. That's sense? Yeah, it's working. How about this? Oh, can you hear? Yes, okay, perfect. Okay. It's hot, I'm melting, okay, what does this mean? You see this a lot. You know, you read this a lot. You cannot give from an empty cup. If you are not going to take care of yourself as a caregiver, and what we talked about, you know what? You cannot take care of the one you love. So that's why it is important that you do something for yourself, protect your mental health. When your mom starts screaming at you and suddenly tells you, you are no good for a daughter, I should have taken care of chickens or puppies. My mom would have asked that before we were kids. You're like pigs, it's like pig pen. So we're all scattered around. You don't really know mom. And my mom was such a sucker for cleanliness. So she has OCD. So what I'm saying is that when this happens, your mom or your loved one is screaming at you, that's not already your mom or your loved one. That's the disease. That's dementia. That's Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
So don't take it personally. If you take it personally all the time, you will get crazy. Next. Okay. This one, to wake us up, a month. Okay. We could have what you call the reset. Say for example, you are really mad. What do you do? Okay. What happened is, let's have another, because I usually go for food. But the worst case, sometimes she just flashed, your mom just flashed your jewelry in the toilet. To do. And she would say, oh, you know, you are careless that you forgot that you put, let's say it's not even diamonds. But at least these are jewelry, not fine pieces, but fashion jewelry, which she put in the toilet bowl. What happened, and she flushed everything in the toilet bowl. So what will you do? When you see it, what will you do? You will start screaming at her. Mom, what have you done? Look at this. Papers all over. Like, oh, Mom, you were strangled. And she looks at you smiling as if nothing happened. And she would say like, why are you mad? She does not understand why you're mad. Because it's scattered and she has OCD. It's scattered there. She thought it's trash. So you know what? What she did? She just put it in the toilet bowl. And was trying to flash it. What will you do? You know, you wanna kill her. You keep on shouting like, oh my God, what have you done again? I'm so tired already, and everything is messed up. Now, I want you to stand up. Everybody stand up. We will reset ourselves. Let's reset ourselves. When you have that situation, or when you have actually in daily life, when you have an office worker or somebody you want to strangle because you're already so stressed out in the office at work. So what we do is for us, okay, you can go to a quiet corner, not in the hallway.
Yeah, we're trying to
The
get the AC.
restroom or your room, but don't do it in the hallway. Okay? Yeah, but
It's getting
screaming will not be enough. What we can do? Raise your hand.
Oh, thanks very much.
Yeah. Let's all those stress and all those ants. Yes. Bring it out. Yes. One more, please. Yes. Okay, so after that, sit down now. After that, you would feel better. You going out of your system. That's one way of how to get rid of anxiety. So, when you go back to the bathroom or to the toilet, and your mom's still there, what did you do? You say, I love you. That's not your mom anymore. It's the disease. What are you going to do? You're just gonna transfer your trauma or your angst to her. She will be like a helpless victim to your wrath. She didn't know it. She doesn't know what's right and wrong. And suddenly she does not understand why you're yelling at her. She was just feeling. So that's one way on how you reset yourself. Just make sure that when you do it, do not do it in the hallway or people will think you're having a epileptic attack. Just make sure that you are, yes, quiet corner. And when you come back, you feel better. You feel better. Okay? That's what we call the reset. Always say, you're so stressed out. You need to reset. You don't need to get drunk to reset. You don't need to eat all the candies in the house to reset. Just do that. You'll be okay. Okay. So what could you do now as caregivers? What can you do? You need to take a shower. You have to prioritize yourself. How can you give somebody a shower when you are like, you would say, oh, daughter, you're single. But you forget how to shower. Take care of yourself first. You cannot give from an empty cup. Amen. And one more thing, you are always stressed and you're like so stressed out, and then you go to the mirror and see yourself, oh my gosh, I look like, because you don't even just comb your hair. When you look good, you feel good. Yeah. So make sure, that's what I do sometimes. I'm going to see a client who's really going to dress me down when I was in the corporate world. I say, you know what? I'm going to dress up, I'm going to see my enemy. So that even she dresses me up, I'm still beautiful. Yeah. The same way with caregiving. That's how you do it. In the morning, give time for yourself first. And then that's the time you do all your things. You would feel better. So when you look at the mirror, you don't see a ghost or you don't see a gorilla looking in the mirror. Take care of yourself first. And of course, you go to your doctor. Make sure establish boundaries. Sometimes, don't let if you're the only ones doing this, you tell your siblings, let's establish the boundaries here. I cannot do this. You could say, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. But maybe some other people, you have to tell them, this is what I can only do. There might be compromises, but you could say, here's what I can do. Okay? Seek support. When you think that you're already so up there, seek support. Like maybe there are family caregiver support groups that you can join. I have a family caregiver support group in Facebook. There's 18,000 members all over the world. It's growing every day. We have hundreds joining every day. So you guys are not alone. There are a lot. This is a universal problem that has to be addressed. You walk, I have to tell you some myself. Take regular walks. If in case you really need to get a caregiver or you need to get somebody to take care and get out, do it. It's like my mom. We cannot get another one, it's too expensive. Caregivers, caregiving here in California is very expensive. But maybe somebody who can help. You get just 5 years. Create a support network. If you have friends who have, just need talk about it and consult. If the resources can, hire a geriatric care manager. If you have work and you cannot do all of this coordination, it's taking over your life, maybe you would like to hire professionals to do that for you or for your mom. Yeah. And then stay organized, make sure that you write down schedules. Or else, with mom, having how many schedules in a month, and then it's running against your schedule, there's what you call crisscrossing, you will get so agitated and anxious because your life is a mess. Stay connected. Well, Facebook, and maybe talk to family friends. Do not isolate yourself. And you would realize you have a life. Yeah. Educate yourself, and thank you for attending this workshop. It's one way of educating yourself. And delegate responsibilities. When there are other things that can be delegated, do not wonder why you're not getting it done. So just again observing that this is my limit. And when you go past that limit sometimes, that's too much for you. Try to reward yourself. Yeah. Sometimes I tell my sister, can I reward myself overnight? So I will just go and crash, crash in the sofa. I love sleeping in the sofa. You just small things like that. And others, practice gratitude. There's one person who told me, this is actually my, I would say, fortune teller. She actually told me. She said, tell your friend or your assistant that she's doing well, but she also has to think. We are all in this problem. We have this problem. Why is it us? Why we're actually mad at the world and we're mad at the situation. But sometimes thinking on the positive way, God blessed us with a good heart. That's why He gave this to us, this challenge. We have to be thankful that we have a mother and we have the chance. We have a parent to give back what they gave us. If that is how you will see it, if that's how you will see it, you will find happiness in what you do. Practice being thankful. Others are not so lucky. They don't have the parents anymore to come to thank. We're not given the chance to be of service to their loved ones. They didn't get it. But here you are. God blessed you with the blessing of having your parents. And now, it's tough. But at least I know I'm giving back the person. I'm giving back something to the person who loved me unconditionally. Don't you think it's a good feeling?
Yes.
That feeling. Because you know what? Eventually, it will be over. And what you do comes back. I have this quietly a client and said, oh, you know what? I just said to her that this client, the daughter just wanted mom to pick her out of the house and bring her to a nursing home. And that lady told me, who's the friend of the daughter, she said, oh, the reason why, Anna wanted to pick out mom, by the way, because when she was 18, she was actually kicked out of the house. What I'm saying is that whatever we do, it's not. If you want your children also to take care of you, they see you taking care of your parents, they will take care. Because that's how you are opening their eyes on the beauty of caring for somebody you love. Analyzing. And I'm going back, this actually should be the first slide. I told you already about why the old stories. They will forget what they ate for breakfast, but they will never forget what they ate when they on their first date with your mom. Because that's the long-term memory. That's why do they say I want to go home? Not because they're home. It's because they're insecure that they have that feeling. Home is comfort. Home is comfort, so I'm going to go home. There's something they need an assurance that they're safe, they're comforted. So when they say, uwi na ako, or I'm going home, it's not because you want to go home. There's an unmet need that you have to be the detective yourself to know. How do you become a detective? Put yourself in your shoes. They repeat same stories over and over again. It is because the short-term memory doesn't work anymore. So it's just like, and out. It bounces. That doesn't register. The new reality now. When your brain is messed up, you will see a different perspective. Because you don't have what gives you a good judgment. Because you have the data for your short-term memory. If it's just your long-term memory, how can you make the right decision at that moment? Say, for example, how would I say? I'm the senior, I want to make sure that I have enough toilet paper. So what I do, I hide them all. And then, since I don't have short-term memory, I will forget that I hid, and I will say, this is that lady who came inside the door, stole my toilet paper. Do you think that's good judgment? No. Because there is no basis of a judgment because you're certain that short-term memory is gone. Okay. Again, I mentioned, I think about why you really should change. Yeah. Len is not back. Where's Len? She's not here anymore. I want to play more with her. Okay. Okay. So, use of nonverbal communication. When I say use of nonverbal communication, we make sure that sometimes because of the hearing. And you know what? Seniors take hearing aids. They get, my auntie got banned from Costco because she returned the hearing aids twice. So they hear. To help them, when you talk to them, like, Mom, is it okay? Okay? Let's eat. Let's eat. Okay, like, oh, do you have pain? Any pain? You have to help them. Sign language. Shower. Or, make fun. Let's go shower. Was it hot? You want it? Is it good? Good? Yeah. I will give you a story about, I have a caregiver, and he said, Shirley, bring up, what's her name? Anna, bring this to Shirley, the tray for food. So, because she's hungry already. And so she went there, and then said, hi, Shirley. Gave the food. I said, Shirley, this is your food, okay? And do it well, slowly, okay? So, I will be back. I will be back, okay? She was so polite. And then she went out to the door. And then, what happened is, I got a call from Terry. She said, I don't want to see this Anna ever again. And I said, why? What did she do? She was mad because Anna treated her like somebody who has dementia and has hard of hearing. She is still okay. It's not even denial, it's not even denial. It's actually the point. That's why be very careful when they still have it. When they still have it, make sure that you don't do that, Mom. I'm not deaf. I am not mute. What are you doing? So sometimes, do it in a gym. So they have to keep doing it. With my mom, I keep on dancing. Mom, you want to go out? Because sometimes, if you're so stressed out and then you don't, try to amuse yourself sometimes. That's one way of protecting your sanity. And yeah, I mentioned to you about why stop socializing. This one hurts me. Just make sure it's still there, okay? Watch it, it falls. Okay. Next. Here. This again. If you put this hair and you put it, shove it in their face, what do? They put back, isn't it? So they would say, why are you doing this to me? How your mom or dad thinks that you're overtaking their lives. Even though they need care, they will say no because you're putting it in their faces. So what will they do? Stop. I don't need it. I'll prove to you I can still do it. And then they would walk and they would kick you out, and then after the next day, 911 is called because they fell. It is because the way you communicate. Don't make them feel like stupid, invalids, children. There's no technique there, which I always tell caregivers to do. You would say, hey Mom, or hey Mary, I am your caregiver. I'm just here in case. You can do anything you like, as long as not going to kill you. Let them feel that they are in control. Because if you push them like, Do this, do that. There are two ways actually that you can do it. This is what you call we. Let's take a shower rather than you take a shower. Okay? We, either you have to use we or you don't we and not you. Okay? Human space. I need a toy. I need somebody that we can play with. I'll take I will be gentle. Just sit there. Okay. I will be gentle with you. This is the story. Public space. You have to be aware of the public space. It's 6 feet outside. So 6 feet. It is 6 feet, yes. Here, this is where you announce you're here. Like, what's your name? Ida? Ida. Okay. Ida, I'm here. So, okay, don't see. So, okay, outside. Now I go inside the 6 feet. Within 6 feet, that is where I try to initiate contact. I'll extend my hand. And then when I go near here, that he can reach, that's his intimate space. And he can smack me anytime because I went straight to his intimate space. Okay? Now, let's do this. I want to ask everyone. Let's do this also. Have you seen the binoculars?
Yes.
Okay. And the scuba goggles?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this now. Okay, everyone, let's do the binocular. The scuba goggles. See? Can you see the sides?
No.
No. What you turn, you can still see, isn't it? Yes. But you can't turn because you have macular degeneration and it's so hard for you to move. So let's do the binoculars. The smaller one. Can you see below? No. No. Okay. Okay. The reason why I want to do that, or sometimes there's only one because this is already done. Okay. Now, say for example, Edel here has macular degeneration and has you have the binocular. I'm gonna go, I will not observe how you go in, I'll just go, okay, put your gun, put it, okay. And then I will go straight, confrontational stand like, how are you Edel? And it's okay. What will you see? A big face. And there's a bonus. Because I am wearing a plunging neckline. And Edel will see. And you will see, wow, boobs imprinting. That's the reason why some caregivers say, he smacked me, he touched me there. Because you know what? You don't know how to duck. At the same time, you went straight to his personal space.
Yes.
So what you do in the outside, like, hi Edel, so you can see me, I'm waving, and then I'll go inside and initiate, like, how are you? But I'm not going straight. I am just going to protect myself. I'm gonna extend my hand. Okay? So hold my hand, see, and I will hand this, and I will go on the side. I will not go in front, because if he does not recognize me, he will smack me. So, okay? So that's how you do it. Do not do it in front. Or sometimes, if he's sitting, and they're like that, so I'm looking down at him. There's another one, okay, stand up. Okay, with your, now, I would go and he doesn't want to initiate, but then what I'll do, oh, Edel, your pants are wet, so what I'm gonna do? Okay, you just grab the pajama and bring it down. Of course, you will like, what are you doing? Even though you don't, they can hear. So the way to do it is get it high. Oh, you're wet. You need to change pajamas. So I'm going to bring his hand where I'm going to touch him. So he doesn't feel violated. So he knows, I'm telling you, we're going to change. Wet. You have to initiate, especially when they can hear. We have to touch them. Where we're going, we have to bring their hand. Thank you, Vera. Yeah. So, a lot of caregivers. Go ahead. A lot of professional caregivers, they don't know that. That's the reason why some caregivers say, oh, I already know about dementia. I've been taken care of. I tell you, even in nursing school, they don't teach this. They don't. They have the theories, but they don't teach this. What I'm telling you guys is experience and training. I own a company, a caregiving company. I am not just a businesswoman. I did caregiving. What I asked our caregivers to do, I did it myself. And I have my mom, I have my auntie, and we have friends that need help. That's why put this all together. Because before I was like, my brother went to me and he said, Ate, I got smacked by Colleen. And I looked at him and I said, well, that's the problem. You don't know how to duck. It's not their fault. You have the right frame of mind. Why are you the one who did not adjust? Why did you not adjust? That's why it's very important that caregivers are trained how to handle. And for caregivers who do not understand, they don't have the training for dementia, they don't have the patience because they don't know the tools. So that's why when you get a caregiver, ask them first, have you attended Ellen's dementia training? Yeah. That's why when we hire, like, let her watch the training module. Because I don't believe in say, oh, I've been doing it for years. Oh, but I didn't train you. Yeah. I already mentioned this to you. How to say I'm sorry. Say sorry. I was trying to help. Yeah, you can take a picture of that. Say sorry. And again, I mentioned this to you. Don't take it personally. Don't contradict. Redirect. Caregivers. Don't baby talk. If, say, for example, that's you're a professional caregiver. Hello, Annie. How are you? Hey, darling. Call them by their name. It's insulting to be called different names. Don't say sweetheart, darling. Call them by their names. Don't boss them around and then don't hover. Why are you around me again? Just give them that space. You just have to make sure that you have assistive devices like a big belt or the, how do you call this, the cane or the walker. One more thing, don't give them too many choices. Like, Mom, what do you want to eat this morning? And then you read the whole menu. And she would say, like, I don't want to eat. It is because you are giving them so many. Mom, you want the eggs? Or you want the eggs? Or you want the eggs with rice or tapsilo? Or you want bread? The peanut butter sandwich? You want the coffee or what? 2 choices only. Even with clothes. What do you want to wear today? Then you open the whole closet. They will be bothered. That's too much for them. Yeah, then I mentioned to you about doing it with, not to someone. So we can do it together. We, not you take a shower. Not we take a shower. Okay. This one is true. They will not remember what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Can you imagine when you do this thing, when you imagine every day you are contradicting them and you are giving them reality orientation. Day in and day out, you're telling them they're stupid and they're lying. Could you imagine? I was talking a while ago and I said that people, I would like this seminar, I'm trying to snatch a lot of people from dying, senior people dying very low because their families didn't know dementia. So you just have to learn about it. Preparing for dementia. There is actually a dementia workshop like this that is totally devoted for this. We have the lawyer, we have the insurance people, how do you fund it, but here I just have to give you just a bird's eye view on what it is. So you have to stay social. If you isolate yourself and you don't get vitamin D and vitamin B12 as a senior, no, you will go into depression, and depression leads to dementia. So make sure that you go out, get some sun. There is still a life out there. Yeah. Keep your mind and body open. Yeah, even though it's always marites, it's always about gossip and all that. Exercise, walk, be mindful, and drink your water. Because one of the reasons why a lot of seniors are having problems with they don't have dementia, but they as if they have dementia, it's because they're dehydrated. They do not drink their water, and now they have urinary tract infection. How do you know if you're hydrated or not?
Husbands and porco.
What you can do is actually pinch. If it doesn't return right away, you are dehydrated. Yeah. So, and to measure it, you say, oh, I just drank it. Why don't you get 3 or 4 bottles, put it in the refrigerator? I'll finish this within the day. Or she needs to finish. You have to finish that. Yes. So you can measure if you really drank enough. How to be, oh, this one. How to prepare for dementia financially. Those people who did not prepare for financially, usually what happens is that they lose whatever they work for.
I'm here.
Yeah. So here, the life insurance. I would like to also, I will go back with the life insurance. You have to have the estate planning, you have the long-term care, but I don't advise that. Don't get long-term care, 'cause if you don't use it, you lose it. We had that client. Yeah, he used, they paid the deductible, how do you call it, elimination period, when the insurance company started paying, he died. And so, the money is gone. Okay, you have to have the financial power of attorney who's making the decision. Don't be selfish. Oh, in Tagalog terms, let them fight over it. How dare you not put something? It will destroy family relationships if you do not have papers that is drafted by an attorney. Create a budget and then save. Why not save? Because dementia caregiving is very expensive. In California, right now, it is very, very expensive. Only the rich can afford it. Only the rich. However, maybe it might be too late for the seniors already, but for people here, the younger generation, I don't want to scare you. Do you want to end up in a Mona Lisa place? Mona Lisa places, they just lie there and they die there. It's the nursing home. You just want to stay there and be left, and then the caregiver will be 20:1. You will be sitting on your own urine because you know what, you're in a government owned or run facility. Here in the US, it is hard. Yeah, you will be housed, but is that the kind of living you want? Especially, eventually, in the future, SSS is running out. I don't want to be political, but I'm not scaring you guys. Save. And you have to save, but sometimes it's so hard to save. You have the tendency to tap it or what. Life insurance. I would like to thank our very own Mr. Jerry Colon. The reason why I'm here also is because we are sponsored by Columbus Life. Columbus Life is their insurance actually turns or becomes a long-term care insurance. I don't know how he mentions it, but when you get, if you are insured with Columbus, you can have the riders. The riders that when you are diagnosed with dementia, you can already get your money so that it can pay for your care. There is no elimination period, and if you don't use it, it will actually go to your heirs. So if you love your children, and if you want to protect your assets. Go get this insurance. And this is what I did. Yeah, if in case I insured myself for 1.5 million. If I go and I'm diagnosed, because I'm so afraid, I could already take the money and pay for my care. Another way is, I don't know who are real estate agents here. Yeah. Reverse mortgage. Reverse mortgage can pay for your care. You can do that too. And then making sure, this is another one. This financially, this one we could talk about it, but again, I don't know. There's another insurance agency here. I don't know, but for gee, I'm happy to Columbus Life, you can be rest assured that actually it's Mr. Jerry Palon. He's the number one Columbus guy in the US. That's why. So in case you're interested to talk about it, he's here. He can help you. Here. Okay, this one. This is important. How to prepare for dementia emotionally. Guys, who has seen the notebook? Who watched the notebook? You missed 1/3 of your life. Go to YouTube or check the notebook. The notebook is a very good movie. Since you still have it right now, I would suggest you write down what happened. I pushed it. Oh, no. So, write down the happy moments of your life. The happy moments of your life are those makes you happy, like when he gave the first rose, or anything you want to remember. All the things that matter to you, that made you happy. Do not write down those that are somebody died, the sad moments, no. Only the happy moments. Write it down. You know why? Because eventually, when you lose it, your caregivers are going to bring you to that happy moment. They will read you. So you're always in a happy place. See? Because if in case, or you could, actually the notebook could be a scrapbook. A scrapbook. It will tell your children, oh, bring me here every time. So you will always be happy. Happy, that's why I call that the notebook. Huh? Yeah, it could be. But it depends if in case you could actually put it in cloud. It could be digital also. It's better. Facebook, how did you get hacked?
Do you remember me when I just think like this?
Yes. So I suggest, I have a company actually who does this, but we're not advertising. We have what you call the infinity websites. You could have, what's your full name? Edelordas.com. Everything about you, all your videos, everything, put it there. And after that, you just give the password to whoever and everything. And then pay the what do you call this? The management and maintenance at the same time what's it called?
Domain.
Domain name for 50 years. So you